Hi, it's Jo, and today we're watching Arcane, Season 2, Episode 4, Paint the Town Blue. The first 3 episodes of this season have been insane, so I am very stressed. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go. Nothing good is happening. You're losing yourself, Caitlin. Treating an entire people like they're criminals because a few of them are, they're gonna all turn against you. They should.
I never expected this to go on so long.
How long has it been?
I thought you could call it off. Withdraw from the underground. Re-establish the council. All you have to do is give the order.
That's what you should do.
Not without Jinx.
Yeah, and what you're doing is really working to get Jinx, isn't it?
I'll come to bed soon.
How long has it been?
Ta-da!
Oh,
You like it?
she wants to look like her.
Powder. Stupid, right? I thought I was rid of her for good, but you kind of remind me of her.
I'm trying to do things differently for this kid. There's hope in there. Why is he locked in?
Have we managed to unearth such unrelenting incompetence?
Maybe because what you're trying to achieve shouldn't be done?
Control of this backwater, everyone with an inkling of talent vanishes. It's no coincidence. Our instincts were
Are you
right.
worried about your daughter?
They feared we were too slow.
So Jason and Heimerdinger haven't come back from the hex time they were having.
They have my daughter, Rictus.
Okay, I'm glad she does care.
A moment will come.
How much time has passed?
You have Jinx to thank for this. She is not your friend. She is not your champion.
What if you just naturally have blue hair?
While you...
Fuck. It's not actually Jinx, right? Because she was like, Jinx is dead. That's a past life. Yeah. The kid trying to keep her legacy alive. If there's no sign of Jinx, if Jinx just literally vanishes, then there is a chance Piltover will have to move on eventually.
I'd recognize
Whereas now they definitely won't.
Word with Commander Kiraman. In private.
You're better than this, Caitlin. Subjugating an entire people because of something that isn't their fault?
I'd expected this development would encourage you.
Was it for my encouragement that your man Rictus was instigating violence?
Mm-hmm.
Arrests require cause.
What greater cause is there than returning peace to this city?
No. That's not
Why is
what
peace
cause
always the
means.
justification for violence?
Yes, Caitlin knows the right thing to do here. She knows that the path she's on is not correct.
Or maybe I underestimated you. Maybe you have the strength I do not. To forgive and trust in tomorrow.
I mean,
The decision
she's definitely being manipulative here. Because, like, I don't think anyone is saying forgive Jinx for killing your mum. But the question is still, it isn't fair to punish an entire city full of innocent people because Jinx killed your mum. Like, you don't have to forgive Jinx, but you can not punish everybody else for that.
He makes miracles happen. I saw one. Like nothing I'd ever seen before.
What's her plan here?
Stunt at the checkpoint.
No idea what you're babbling about.
That wasn't you?
No, it was the child.
I told you, I'm not interested.
Do you know how much he sacrificed to protect you? He believed in your potential.
She's still fracturing.
Me, a hero. How screwed up is this place?
People have been pushed to desperation.
Speak up now. Or I guess...
Is she talking to the mirror?
I guess you're...
A picture of
really gone.
Silco? Yeah, Silco's chair. It's very hard to watch. But also very real to how humanity treats each other. The vigil? I think he said statue. The rally or whatever. Yeah, Vanda's statue. What is being done in your name, Caitlin? Is she doing it? It's the kid. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to fight for yourselves and stand up for yourselves and not just let Jinx do it for you or just trust in Jinx.
You're all under arrest.
For what? Attending a meeting in the public square? Okay, kid, get out of here, please. I mean, if the kid gets taken, Jinx will get involved. She is a lot like Powder. Fucking hell. Ooh, what on earth is that? It's carve something. Fuck. Well, now she's angry. A lot of this, I mean, this is something that's happened throughout human history, but especially given, like, current human events. Oh lord, it's coming.
Well, only leaves the fun option.
I'm gonna hate this, aren't I?
You definitely are, especially when a giant creature appears.
It's me, your vile villainess, the author of your nightmares, the dread of
Who
your...
are you?
Oh my god, how bad can you be at your job?
Jinx?
You expect me to believe Jinx, the master criminal, wears pants like that?
What's wrong with my pants?
Hey, Mama. How'd you take her in?
I gave her a choice between this and a swim in the harbor.
That is exactly what happened. Right there. I just feel so uncomfy. Which is the point. You should be feeling uncomfortable, but oh. I mean, I'm guessing pull everyone. Pull all the levers. Yeah, you don't want what's coming across. Ooh. Is he gonna get her? Get the blue hair should probably be at least investigated. I imagine anyone that works for the enforcers that has blue hair would be, you know, dyeing it. If it wasn't for the murdering people, I would sort of root for Jinx all the time. But these people believe in you. Is the kid here? Good. There are people believing in you now. Yeah, I'd maybe run, all of you. Was the only way out the way the thing's coming from? It's like an amalgamation of loads of different creatures and tech and things, isn't it? Time to get out of here?
Get her out!
You really are a
Big fat hero.
the dude comes out of his cell, will it stop attacking? Will it be like, oh, you're here? Oh my god, it's tore through all the people escaping. She's being a hero right now. It's in there, right?
You got me, hairball. Smile.
Why is it stopping? Is there a person in there? Who had mismatched eye? Like, thingamajig. I feel really dumb, like I don't immediately recognise who it is. Like, my brain's like, is it Vander somehow? But I don't think he had different coloured eyes. I don't know, but someone's been experimenting. It's someone who knew Powder, obviously. So that makes me think either Vander, somehow like his body was taken and had things done to it, and he wasn't fully dead at the time. Possibly, I guess, one of the boys that was also in the same explosion that we thought had died. I guess it has to be someone like that, because otherwise they wouldn't know Powder. It could be their parents, I guess, like their dad or something, but Vander is my guess, but you know what, you feel like I'm missing something really obvious and someone's going to comment like, it's obviously this, and I'll be like, oh yes, sorry about that. Oh, okay, so first of all, where is Vi? I need to know what she's been up to at this time, how much time has passed. I'm incredibly disappointed in Caitlin. I mean, I'm incredibly disappointed in her with like the slight asterisks of like, I understand why she's making these decisions. I understand that grief is pushing her to this place. She's being manipulated by Mel's mother, and the pressure that's been put on her shoulders, she thinks this is the only way through. But given that her new girlfriend is like, hey, maybe we don't need to keep doing this oppression thing, she clearly is also hearing other voices. So even though I understand the why of it, very unimpressed with Caitlin. Like, especially when they are no closer to finding Jinx. The only reason they are remotely closer to finding Jinx is because Jinx is coming out of hiding. Like, it's just so easy in the world, in real life, for people to look at one person from a city, from a religion, from a demographic of any kind, and be like, every single member of that demographic is bad because that one person was, completely ignoring all the awful people in their own demographics. Like, Piltover is full of fucking bastards, but no one is oppressing them and destroying them. Like, Jinx has killed people when there was zero need, and she's done it on purpose. You know, like, Jinx is someone that probably should be locked up somewhere. But that doesn't mean the entire city needs to suffer for it. It doesn't mean every single innocent person in Zorn should be made to feel inferior and worthless and held down underneath Piltover's boot like they have been for forever. The best thing to do would have been to say, we're not going to let one woman's actions derail everything. We've just agreed that Zorn should be declared its own city-state, should be given rights, and like, we will stick through, we will follow through with that. Yes, we will also look for Jinx, we will ask the new government of Zorn that we helped create or whatever to try and find this terrorist, but we aren't going to treat an entire population differently, but instead superiority, grief, and anger took over, and they blamed an entire city. And it's incredibly hard to watch, and the inevitable outcome of that is said city, more and more people become radicalized against you because you are mistreating and oppressing them. And you just create this cycle. Piltover are the ones right now who have the power to change things, to try and put a stop to this. And they also have a fucking lot to answer for throughout their treatment of Zorn throughout all time. But they are the ones who can stop oppressing Zorn and start actually trying to apologize for what they've done, to help get Zorn on its feet if it needs it. And if the people of Zorn say fuck off and leave us alone, fuck off and leave them alone. So I'm incredibly disappointed in Caitlin. Like, I understand why she's doing what she's doing, but I'm incredibly upset with her. And it's like, I don't think, if I missed them saying exactly how much time had passed, but clearly quite some time has passed. Like, I'm assuming months. Vi is probably just sitting somewhere being sad. I don't know. And then Jace, Heimdinger, and oh, my God, my brain can't think of his name. Is he Echo? I know exactly who it is. Are they still in the hex tech? Are they still trapped there like we saw them last time? Because are they doing okay? Yeah, not great. Mel, if it's not her name, I'm so sorry. She's still been taken by the Black Rose people. Is her mother even alive now, or did the creature manage to kill her? Obviously, the creature didn't like kill every single person it ran past, and if the creature is Vander, I'm very sorry for calling it the creature, it just tore through anyone in its way. So if you kind of went, I'll get out of your way, creature, it probably would just slice at you and then run off. And yes, I can never remember this man's name with my brain fog. I see if there's brain fog. I always want to call him Scourge, and he's not called Scourge. He's called something that every time after I finish reacting, I look it up, and I'm like, of course, that's what his name is. And then every time I forget it. But I'm fascinated by him going back into the cell and closing the door because he knew the thing was coming. Does he know it's uncontrollable and it's just gonna bloodlust its way through, and it would even potentially bloodlust at him? Is that like part of the thing, was that he summoned it and it is trying to get him? Or was it trying to get to him and he was quite content for it to cause havoc and kill whoever was in its way? And either seem quite likely. Jinx is such a fascinating character because, like I said earlier, like she has killed people when there was zero need to do so. She has killed people and she's enjoyed doing it. She has designed weapons and things with the sole purpose of hurting people. But she's also someone that is deeply mentally unwell, as you can see all of the time. You know, in the real world, I would say she'd need to go into some kind of like psychiatric prison. But I do also think Powder is in there, or at least the elements of what made Powder a good person and made Powder try to do the right thing or want to do the right thing. They are still in there within her. And this realization that it's not just Aisha. It's not just the little kid who is idolizing her and looking up to her. There really are a lot of people believing in her and seeing her as a talisman and as someone to rally around to fight back against the oppressors, which is a natural response to have, even though what she did is actually the thing that kind of triggered this whole mess in a lot of ways. I mean, yes, Piltover has been doing this for centuries, so it is not all on Jinx by any means, but seeing the kind of how much it really affected her when they were all looking at her like she was God stared before them, like, was really powerful. And then seeing just how much that kid cares about her, and I definitely think when she said it, that she reminds her of Powder, like herself when she was younger. But even how Silco took her in, the way she's trying with the kid to be the sort of adult big sister parental figure that Powder wanted. And that is she's such a fascinatingly rich, complex character, because it would be very easy to just have her swanning around, skipping and sing-song voice as she killed people, but she's a lot more complex than that. And like she's like, oh, Jinx is dead, I don't want to do that anymore, like I'm just living here with my kid, like everything, like I'm nothing to do with that anymore, I'm just doing what I'm doing, until she's pushed to the point where she has to fight back for the kid. And even then, she could have said to the right-hand woman, whose name my brain fog does not remember, you hold it off, I'll get the kid out of here. But instead, she didn't hesitate. She was like, that child is going to get to safety, I'm going to hold this thing up. And, you know, yeah, she didn't give up till the end. Like, she kept trying, she kept like getting out another bomb thing and kept trying and trying and trying. But the chances of her managing to defeat this thing when shooting it with the Hex Tech gun had already failed, she was probably not going to be making it out of there. So she has those instincts in her to care for people, to do the right thing, to put others before herself. And it makes it even more tragic all the time she has given into the demons in her head over the better potential that she has. Because, I mean, we're 4 episodes in. There are 10 episodes in the season? Question mark? How on earth is any of this getting resolved with these characters? There are 9 episodes, of course, yeah. She's just such a rich character, and I never know what she's going to do next. I never know where she's going to go next, and it's really fun to watch, really stressful to watch. And in general, the whole feel of this show, the feeling of what the mood is like in Piltover, how they are treating the people in Zorn, what it must feel like to be in Zorn. It's incredibly uncomfortable to watch, and that is even more so given current events. But I think it's done so well because this is not a story that you should feel super comfy while you're watching. This is a story that should make you feel a little bit uncomfortable and make you think about the world that we live in and maybe what your opinions are on that world if you think certain things are okay, because they're not. And yeah, fantastic show. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.